The dilemma in the Quran. Surah Al-Imran 3:49. Jesus says, I create for you out of clay the figure of a bird, then I breathe into it and it becomes a bird, by Allah's permission. Wait, Jesus creates life? That's a divine act. So here's the question. How can the Quran say that only Allah creates, and then also say that Jesus created life from clay? That makes Jesus a creator too. So now there are two creators in one book. Massive contradiction exposed. Surah Al-Hajj 22-73. The Quran says, those you call besides Allah cannot create a fly, even if they all gathered together. So, Jesus creates a living bird. But the Quran says no one besides Allah can even create a fly. That puts Jesus in a category above all creation. If only Allah creates, and no one else can even profits, then why does Jesus do what only God can do? They'll say, oh, but Jesus did it by Allah's permission. So if I created life by someone else's permission, am I still not a creator? There's still two creators now. God's permission doesn't erase the fact that Jesus still gave life, which according to your Quran, no one else can do. Jesus isn't God because he did miracles by God's permission, but by that logic, even if someone raises the dead, gives life to clay, heals the sick, or knows the unseen, it doesn't make them God. Then why does Allah say only he can do these things? Surah 10:34. Is there any creator other than Allah, who gives you provision from the heavens and the earth? Surah 2:28. How can you disbelieve in Allah when you were lifeless and he gave you life? But then, Jesus gives life. Jesus knows what people hide in their homes. Surah 3:49. Jesus is called Word from God, and Spirit from him. Surah 4-171. How is this man doing the things that only God is supposed to do, in your own Quran? Let's say a man builds a house by the king's permission. Who built the house? The man. Even if he had permission, he's still the builder, right? So even with God's permission, Jesus still gave life, so by definition, he's still a creator. Now either the Quran is contradicting itself, or it's trying to hide the truth that Jesus is more than a prophet. You can't say only Allah creates life, and then also say Jesus created life. That makes Jesus a co-creator. Either Jesus is divine, or the Quran just gave divine power to a prophet and now you've got two creators. That's shirk by your own standard. And that's exactly why Islam is caught in a massive contradiction.